On the front row, championship point leader Philip Young. And to his outside, second place in the points, Bill Plemons Jr. Only 3 points separate those two drivers from a championship here tonight. Mark Swan rolling off third, Dwight Pierce fourth. Fifth is Lisa Young. Sixth is going to be Mike Chambers in the 98. Rolling off seventh, Lamar Chambers. Eighth, Scott Conaway. And rounding out this field in the 19 out of Covington, Georgia, Tony Armbruster.
Philip Young's had a really consistent season this year. Second, first, second, first, fourth, and third. That's enough for Philip Young to be the leader in the points. However, Bill Plemons Jr. has one more win. Only 3 points separate these two. Pace car pulls off turn number 4. They come to the stripe. Philip Young, Bill Plemons, the top two in the points, going to lead this field off into turn number 1. The 7 of Philip Young has the advantage, but Plemons looks to fight back on the outside.
Philip Young gets out front here early in this one. Mark Swan looks to the inside of Bill Plemons Jr. Can't make it happen. Those three single file off of turn number 4. Back here to the stripe. Lap number 1 goes to the orange number 7 of Philip Young.
Philip Young really wants to keep that car out in front. Bill Plemons had the chance to make a really aggressive move on lap 1 into turn number 3. Did not do it. Got into the brake heavy. Didn't give a bump to that 7 car. The 15 of Plemons missed the corner right there, but gets a pretty good run off into 1. Going to have a look to the inside. Going to fall back in line. The 7 of Young still has that top spot.
Down the back straightaway, diving hard into turns 3 and 4 is the 15 of Bill Plemons Jr. And with entering the corner with so much speed, it's hard to get back to the gas and carry corner exit speed. As they work down the back straightaway, coming up on lap car number 1, that is Scott Conaway. He'll work to the outside and let the leaders go by on the inside. Battle on the racetrack still for first for the championship, Philip Young and Bill Plemons Jr.
That is the championship battle. It's heating up. Bill Plemons Jr. in second. Philip Young has the top spot right now. Again, Philip Young going to have to finish 2 spots behind Bill Plemons for Plemons to be a champion or a tie. Bill Plemons is able to get the win, and Philip Young finishes second. The championship would go to Bill Plemons Jr., and the 15 car knows that. You see how aggressive he's been with his lines. He looks to the inside here into 3, going to think twice of it, fall back in.
Will look to the inside there, can't make the pass. If you notice, Bill Plemons Jr. here in 1 and 2, last lap, entered a little bit higher. He's going to do the same thing. It allows him to get his nose straight to carry more exit speed down these longer straightaways here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. On this tight quarter-mile Thunder Ring, still cannot make the pass, coming to 13 laps to go in this Masters division.
The championship is pretty much in Bill Plemons Jr.'s hands right now. If he gets the win and Young finishes second, he is the champion of the Masters division for Thursday Thunder once more. The top 2 leaders going to come back up on that 1 car of Scott Conaway. He works high. That could change the entry for the 7 and the 15. It will. They enter a little bit low. They move up in the corner just a touch. Bill Plemons is right there off of 2.
Yeah, this kind of opens up the door for Bill Plemons Jr. Going to try and make the pass here. Not going to work off of turn number 4. Back here to the stripe, 11 laps to go, and Philip Young now stretching his lead.
Philip Young got a bit of a gap right there. Plemons dives it in really hard. Doesn't miss the corner. He actually does a pretty good job, but he gets loose there off of 2. That's going to allow the 7 to pull away once more. The 7 of Philip Young knows how good Bill Plemons Jr. is, but he's not wavering in the face of a challenge right now as the car spins on the exit of turn number 2. Caution flag is going to come out.
They had just come across the stripe and put us at the halfway point when the number 19 of Tony Armbruster spins off the exit of turn number 2, bringing out our first caution of the evening and our first caution here in this Masters feature race.
Well, something really important to note is Bill Plemons Jr. never really gave the bumper to Philip Young, which with that classy move could mean that Philip Young's not going to give any type of bumper to Bill Plemons, at least not yet. There is a championship on the line. Philip Young is your points leader right now. If it stays as it is with the top spots, Philip Young will be your champion, and Bill Plemons Jr. will finish second. If Bill Plemons Jr. gets to the top spot and Philip Young finishes in second, then Bill Plemons will be your champion.
It's that crucial, race fans. Whoever wins this race, whether it be Philip Young or Bill Plemons Jr., could decide the championship here once it all comes out. The field works single file here under yellow. Telling them to double up here at the stripe, 1 to go.
Bill Plemons Jr. going to have to restart on the outside. It'll be interesting to watch what Mark Swan does in that red and black 14. How close will he be to that back bumper of Philip Young? Mark Swan almost completely eliminated from this championship battle right now between those two. So will he play a factor in it? and stay on that back bumper of Phillip Young, or will he give a little bit of space for Bill Plemons to fall in? Cars 2x2 make their way off of turn number 4. Lights are going to be coming down at the line right here. Phillip Young, Bill Plemons Jr., Mark Swan, Dwight Pierce, and Lisa Young, the top 5.
Well, 11 laps remain here in this Masters feature race, and these next 11 laps will determine the champion for this division. Every bit of this restart will prove to be pivotal. Bill Plemons, Phillip Young, side by side, 2x2. They roll up to speed off of turn 4 to the stripe. Phillip Young with a pretty good jump. He'll lead them into turns 1 and 2.
Bill Plemons going to push that 14 of Swan down the racetrack, and he's going to assert his way into the second spot. He wasn't going to let the 14 play a factor in his chance at a championship. Cars working single file down the back straightaway into turn 3. Phillip Young comes off of 4 with the lead still halfway.
Really good restart there for the 7 of Phillip Young, but he's not able to pull away from Bill Plemons Jr. That gap remains the same. A good exit there by Bill Plemons Jr. will allow him to close to the bumper in turns 3 and 4.
Bill Plemons is right there, and he hasn't gone anywhere for the first 10 laps. Don't expect anything to change for the last 10 laps. Phillip Young knows he has to win this race to be the Masters champion. He knows how experienced Bill Plemons is behind the wheel of that race car. Plemons now looks to the inside in turn 3. He's going to get in the brakes. He's not going to make the move just yet.
Yeah, decided he thought better of it there, coming back here to the stripe. 8 laps to go. They're working up on lap traffic once again. That car up by the wall. Here comes the rest of the field here, running 1, 2, 3 is Young, Plemons, and Swan.
That one car of Scott Conaway again going to stay to the outside, out of the way of this championship battle. It's between those two. Whoever wins this one's going to be your Masters champion here. Bill Plemons trying to diamond that corner, get a massive run off of turn number 2. That time I think he went a little deep into corner entry. Didn't make up any ground on the 7, but dives really hard into 3. Going to see how it works off of 4.
What ground he lost off the exit of 2, he makes up in the entry of turns 3. Right to the back bumper is Plemons to Young. Will he use the bumper here? Working down the back straightaway, Young continues to defend out front.
Bill Plemons, a really untraditional line on corner entry. He's still right there on Phillip Young. 5 laps to go. You have to imagine that a bumper will be used. There's a championship battle on the line between those two drivers. They're slowly pulling away from third place Mark Swan. Those two are going to settle it themselves.
Off of turn 4, back here to the stripe. It'll be 4 laps to go at the line. Bill Plemons Jr. swings wide, going to diamond off the corner on 2. Gets a pretty good run down the back straightaway. Is this the time for the bumper?
A little bit of a bumper right there. Moves the 7 up the racetrack. Door swings slightly open, but it's slammed back shut by the 7 car. 3 laps to go. They make their way off into turn number 1. The next lap car on the racetrack is the 2 of Lisa Young.
A bumper right there from Bill Plemons Jr. Phillip Young able to hold off, though. 2 laps to go here at the stripe. Here it comes.
You have to imagine Bill Plemons Jr. knows what's at stake. They come off of turn number 2, make their way up to the pit wall here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Into 3, that 1 car of Conaway going to stay to the outside. Making their way off of turn number 4. White flag in the air. Who's going to be the champion?
1 lap to go. They work up on some lap traffic right here. Bill Plemons Jr. going to try and get a run. He's got about 3 car lengths separating himself and the 7 of Phillip Young. Off of turn number 4 and to the stripe, Phillip Young's going to pick up the win and the championship.
Phillip Young does the double. He picks up the Masters championship here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Held off Bill Plemons Jr. for every lap of this one. A fantastic drive from Phillip Young, holding off one of the best, is going to crown him the Masters champion for the 2024 season of Thursday Thunder.
Pretty awesome drive there by Phillip Young to hold off attack after attack by Bill Plemons Jr. He's had to do that multiple times this season, and he's getting ready to take a trip to victory lane as not only a winner yet again this season, but now as your 2024 Masters Division champion.
So Phillip Young takes the turn into Atlanta Motor Speedway victory lane. He's the winner of round 8, and he's a 2024 champion. of the Masters division, going to get out of his car and speak to Tyler Head in victory lane.
Well, Philip Young, he's been a staple of Thursday Thunder for many years. We first saw him take on the Thunder Ring in the summer of 2009. Has been in this Masters division for many years. Had a lot of battles on this Thunder Ring, and a lot of them involving that defending champion that he just was able to outlast here tonight, Bill Clemens Jr., a three-time champion in this division, now a new champion in 2024. 15 years of trying. Philip Young is a champion of the Masters division here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And the family's coming in and getting in on the celebration. Philip, I mean, you got your first career win in Thursday Thunder last year. That was a big accomplishment for you. Tripling that this season and getting the championship's got to be just way, way sweeter.
It's simply amazing. First off, I want to thank my beautiful wife because she got me this coupe from 77 Speed Shop from Scott, Noah, and Doug Stevens. And it's fantastic. It's been on a rail all year. All I had to do was just steer it, you know, and I'm lucky to do that. I want to say hey to my mom back home watching. Love you, Mom.
Well, you get the job done out here after yet another spirited battle with Bill Clemens Jr. I mean, you two went back and forth all season. Talk about not just the competition between you two, but the respect that you have on the track.
Yeah, Bill's a great race car driver. I mean, he's been doing this for a long, long time. And, you know, he gave me a couple little bumps, you know, to tell me to, you know, get going, you know. But he's always ran me clean. Him and I've always had good races, you know. And he's a very great racer, and I respect him a lot.
Well, big congratulations to you after 15 years a champion in the Masters division.
Thank you. Championship, baby. I can't believe it.
That's Philip Young, your Masters division champion. More racing coming up.
You can hear what it means to Mr. Philip Young, your